Thank you, CNA, for the rights to show this wonderful documentary to the audience here today. Good morning, Fred, Mr. George Yeo, my co-organizers, Decode, Family Office Alliance, and SAF Veterans League. Good morning, all the valued and very much respected veterans of the armed forces. And also friends of Captain Ho, and friends from the media, and representative from the Republic of Singapore Air Force, also SAFRA. Thank you for being here today. Sorry. Captain Ho cannot be with us today. So up until this morning, we were praying that he could come. So that he will know that ordinary Singaporeans, like all of us in this room, really honor him, respect him, right? So Captain Ho's son, Fred, Mr. Fred Ho, took him for a checkup last week at the clinic, and the doctors advised that it's not ideal for him to be put into any stressful situation or high stimulation environment, right? So he is, after all, 103 years old this year. So an event of this nature could put him at the center of attention and could lead to quite a bit of stress for him. So it was with a lot of heart angst that Captain Ho's family made the decision not to have him here with us today. Okay, but in my short time of Fred, I've heard him say many, many times, my father is not in this for the money or not for the fame. Okay, Captain Ho to date has done everything that he has done, including training 300 of the founding pilots of the Singapore Airlines. And he has, if I'm not wrong, not been invited to a National Day parade. He has also been keeping a very low profile, grateful for what he has done, grateful to his family and to his friends around him. So he's just amazing. He's the only living person with war medals of honor from both the Taiwanese and Chinese government, yet so few people know about him. And I was at the home recently, and Fred took out a box, and all these precious medals and ribbons were in the box, and he was like, this is so important, right? So all of these above experiences led me to reach out to Mr. George Yeo on 31st of July. I was so grateful that Mr. Yeo said, okay, let's do this, you know. Let's honor Captain Ho. Let's do what we have to do. Okay, and that really strengthened my resolve to organize this event. It was exactly 50 days, Mr. Yeo, since we met together with Mr. Lau. So I thought it was moving quite fast, but not fast enough. Okay, sorry, emotional. So Fred, I'm grateful that you graciously agreed to receive our salute to Captain Ho. And I'm so grateful that you are sitting throughout the panel today. I've put together an international panel of speakers, Mr. Von Wolfen, Shervin Shaver, Ivan, to discuss how your father's values that he has talked about in this book could and will be relevant for us going forward to navigate the future. And I trust that in time to come, today we are pivoting to produce this whole thing as a video that Captain Ho and maybe the rest of Singapore can and will watch. And I hope that you will show it to him and he will feel our heartbeat. So, Captain Ho, today, everything here is done in your honor. We want you to know that your valor is revered, and as a nation, we are grateful for what you have done, sir. Okay, can we have the slides? So this whole project started in September 2022 when Philip was here the last time. The gentleman on Philip's right, on Philip's left, actually is Miko Kodisoja. He's the owner of Supercell, a $2 billion games company. So what he has done, he was innovating to shoot videos directly into a games engine. And the IMDA was interested to explore how this technology could work for us in Singapore. So, next. So they issued out this innovation call, and I wanted to research to see if we could do a war scene, in this. And that's where I started to look up to see if there were any veterans in Singapore. And I was quite surprised to find that Captain Ho, at 102 years old, was living in our midst in a humble flat in Pasir Ris. I was like, I'm 53 years old then, 54 years old. How come I do not know about him? I was so upset with myself. Next. So after IMDA granted us 50% of the funds to do this project, we went to see and we hunted down Fred, hunted down Captain Ho, and we went to visit him. And it was a tremendous time because just to hear, his experiences firsthand, with which button he pressed, on the joystick, how he flew, how he could feel the fear and everything else. That was really pivotal moments in my life. Okay? And we had so many wonderful experiences. Captain Ho was not just a warrior, he was a great, great romantic. This is actually from his personal records, which I received from Fred. In it is a very methodical record of which song he dedicated to which girl that he met in his life. Starting in 1938, Suk Fan was Good Night, My Love. 1942, you got to read this book, it'll make you cry. Eva, when he was training in Arizona, okay? And also Augusta, the love of his life, Fred's mom, right, which is, who is in the picture. She passed tragically a bit early, and Captain Ho never remarried. I think the best song was in 1950, Danny Boy. It was used to put Fred to sleep at night in bed, and there'll be something special later on when we come down to it. Okay, so this was the man behind, and I can't do justice to him. I can only try to explain very small snippets. Next. Okay, yeah. But key to this whole conversation I had with him was this word, ngai. In Cantonese, I in Chinese. Basically, it means perseverance in the face of overwhelming adversity. And it was in this spirit that we went to see Mr. Yeo on 31st of July, and he said, okay, let's do this. And from then until now, we went through a crazy period of time to organize this whole thing. We are not professional event organizers. Had the privilege to meet Ivan around that time from Decode. And we said, should we do this? Even if government has not taken lead on this, and then we said, let's just do it first. Let's do it because we are Singaporeans. Let's do it because his values need to be known by the world. So Ivan, thanks for also sponsoring this event. Yeah, next. Yeah, then in the process, in these 50 days, we launched the Family Office Alliance over in Stockholm. Did quite a few other things, and we met Shervin over in Stockholm, and we invited Shervin to come because it'd be nice to have a US angle. So Shervin is from Iran, but he now lives in the US, and he owns over 100 companies and billions of investments and unicorns, right? So it was quite amazing this whole last 50 days. Next. So before I play this video, just want to share that at this juncture, we are going to start production of this short film next week, 25th, 26th of September. And this is some pre-works. So what you are seeing is actually the digital material that we created, and they will be shot directly into the games engine. So we do all this without the need for green screen and special effects. So where are we at this point of time? So the IMDA has given us a 50% grant for this studio, this production. We have raised $75,000. So we are moving towards raising the rest. At this juncture, we're scratching our head because after we build and should finish, what are we going to do with this $30,000 cockpit that we are, because we basically left no stone unturned. We are giving it the full works, full details to replicate, and we've got MediaCorp's best star to be the Captain Ho, playing Captain Ho in the short film, right? So where do we store this after 25th September? But what really bothers me and bugs me is how do we bring Captain Ho, you know, to at least 1,000 people online so that they will, you know, give him an online tribute. So because, you know, I would love to, you know, visit Captain Ho and read to him what Singaporeans are saying about him. I think that will just bring joy to his heart, right? Sorry, the last point. And in November, we're going to launch this. So hopefully we can work with the members of the media to bring this to the national awareness. And I'm also very excited that for the first time, we are working with the rest of government to bring Captain Ho's story as a commitment to defense with the SAF Veterans League. Next year, after this story is ready, they'll be visiting schools to talk about commitment to defense, 20,000 students a year. And so Captain Ho's legacy will continue to filter down to the people of Singapore.